Hello, you, YouTube viewers. This is this is Blake Fannin. Please listen closely, like, share, and subscribe. I am talking slowly so I won't stutter. But when I was younger, I used to wake up early in the morning all the time. Some most of the time between 3 and 6 a.m. And during that time I loved to have that time alone, praying praying and reading my Bible. Usually that would be my time alone with with God, because I would be up before anyone else, and between 3 and 6 a.m. was the time that I would have the most privacy. And it it seemed like whenever I would take time for him between 7 a.m. and 8 to 8:30 p.m., it would seem like whenever I would take time with him before I started telling people that I would not answer their calls between 12:30 and 1:15 p.m. Before I would tell people that I would not answer calls or texts between 12:30 and 1 p.m. or between 12:30 and 1 p.m. and 1:15 p.m., it would seem like from daylight till dark, whenever I would try to pray, read my Bible, or do anything else for my faith, faith, it would seem like during my time for prayer and Bible, during that time people would want to call, text, and visit and check on me, or or call someone else if I was at my grandpa's. If they weren't calling or texting or visiting me, they would call this house, and they would call my grandpa's house, and I'd have to be the one to get it, even if it was during the time I wanted alone for prayer and reading my Bible. And before I started telling people, now if you try to call or text me between 12:30 and 1 p.m., or between 12:30 and 1 p.m., I'm not going to answer your calls. Before I started telling them that, whenever I would pray, worship, or whenever I would pray, worship, or read my Bible, before I told them that, I couldn't get a moment's peace. And I just loved it when I would get up between 3 and 6 a.m., because during that time I could pray, worship, read my Bible, and no one would call, text, or visit or want to talk to me. During that time, between 3 and 6 a.m., I could be alone without a care on earth. And even though I have told people time after time, do not call, text, or visit me between 12:30 and between 12:30 and 1:15 p.m. I won't be answering any calls or texts. I still love getting up. I have still loved getting up between 3 and 6 a.m. and doing other things including but not limited to prayer and reading my Bible and worship. But I have recently been put on a seizure medicine, and I haven't been able to sleep, and I have been watching how much caffeine I drink. They told me at the doctor's office that I shouldn't have much caffeine or any caffeine, and there have been times when I haven't had any caffeine at all some days, and yet even on days that I haven't had any caffeine at all, when I have tried to go to bed at night, I haven't been able to sleep even when I haven't had any caffeine at all. And yes, I love having time alone for prayer or reading my Bible and on my game early in the morning. But now I know I need eight to 9 hours of sleep so I won't have seizures. Even though I am on a seizure medicine now, I know that I need 8 to 9 hours of sleep. Even though I'm on that medicine, I need 8 to 9 hours of sleep still, and very little to no caffeine. I realize that. But still, I haven't been able to go to sleep. But listen to me. For those of you who like getting up early and praying, reading your Bible, or doing anything else, but you now realize that you need 8 to 9 hours of sleep, here is how I suggest that you get that time alone every day. If you work 8 to 9 hour shifts at your job, set your alarm for 6 p.m. every day and for 9:30 p.m. Start telling everyone you know, friends, family, whoever, to not call you between 6 and 9 p.m. or between 7 and 9 p.m. Tell them to not call you between 6 and 9 or between 7 and 9 p.m. Tell them between one of those two times, either between 7 to 9 or from 6 to 9. Tell them that during one of those time frames, you do not want company. That is your time for you to pray, read your Bible, and do whatever you want to do with no company at all. Tell them between 7 to 9 or from 6 to 9, you don't want company. Turn your phone off if you possibly can. Unless you need it on, turn it off. If you need it, turn it on. Do not disturb. I recommend setting your timer for a half hour to 45 minutes and check your messages every 45 minutes to an hour. But tell them between 6 to 9 p.m. or between 7 to 9 p.m. Since you need 8 hours of sleep, tell them during that time you will not answer any calls, you will not answer any texts. I am not going to do this personally, but this is my personal suggestion for you. But for anybody who knows me, no matter who you are, no matter how you know me, no matter how long you've known me, I will not answer any calls, texts, and I do not want visitors. No matter what it's for, unless it's a life or death emergency. Between 12:30 and 1:15 p.m. that is my daily time for prayer and or reading my Bible. But the purpose of this video is so I can help you. I hope this video does help you. If it does, please like, share, subscribe, and let me know in the comments below.